Good morning. To those who think they're targeted, watched, followed, stalked, harassed. No. I took a little walk last night just to see what I would hear, because I left all my electronics in the house. And when I went past the woods, I heard people talking. I don't know why, since every 20 foot it says no trespassing, do not enter. I know because I asked for permission to metal detect that site, and I was told I couldn't do it. And after talking with the head, I guess, security guy there, he actually went around to where I said I heard people the first time. He said, yeah, there had been people in the woods, but there was no fresh sign. Now, last night, I go with no electronics. I didn't get 300 feet. It was at the max, maybe 300 feet from where I was going to be sleeping. And I heard people talking. So I turned around, I went back, and I started to make a video in the middle of the night about the beeping sound that persists every place I go. And every time I turn around, I got an old person, even someone around my age, maybe a little younger, but every time they get within a certain amount of feet, they gotta look at their phone. Makes you wonder. Well, I'm gonna let the guy, the head of security, know that someone was in there, because I told him that I would do that. This program needs to stop. Whoever is running it, you're the ones looking for killers. You're trying to make people either hurt themselves or others. That's not right. That's flat out sad and bad. You're making a problem for the community when there was no problem to be had. God is going to, he's going to see you on Judgment Day. I don't care what you think. He's going to see you on Judgment Day. Now, I paid rent and only stayed home, around 5, maybe 6 times this month. But yet I paid rent to sleep in a bed and did not. For the last month, I've been roughing it just to get some peace and quiet. For the most part, it works. So, but this program has to stop. You're messing with people's emotions. messing with their emotions to trust people. You're messing with, you know, how they think. And if they're not stable, you're making them unstable by doing this to them. Or you're making any existing conditions worse. And only an evil person would do that. You're either trying to get people to harm themselves or others to push an agenda. I'd rather give up my Second Amendment right for my MJ card, as long as it, allows me to get the right medicine to relax and go to sleep. Or just plain relax when I'm feeling extremely stressed out or having an anxiety or panic attack. For everyone that is on this program, I suggest you go get your FOIAs from every branch. And if there's nothing there, start carrying an old cell, something that, get a tablet, put the airplane mode on while you're out, but use the camera. I'd say get a body camera, but you'd probably have to use a tab on a laptop or a tablet to upload it with, because it probably has an SD card. But there are things on Amazon that can help you find hidden cameras and mics. Look that up also. There's also something that you can buy, kind of like a hearing aid, but it gives you audio at a higher decibel, so you can hear somebody talking many, many yards away. Start reading body language. Don't let them people in the cars bother you. They're just like flies in your face. Pay them no mind. In the end, God judges all. And me, I don't want to end up in hell, tormented for the rest of eternity after being tormented during life. No. I'm sorry. You're not going to push me to harm myself or anyone else. I'm sorry. It won't happen. But I wouldn't want to get caught in those woods. I really wouldn't. Especially when you don't know what would happen. And as far as where I normally stay, like I said, I paid my rent, but I've only slept in my bed 5, maybe 6 times. I've slept in a tent to get peace and quiet. I guess people think you're stupid. From now on, I'm I'm not gonna be talking, saying shit. But if it comes back on you, that's your fault. That's all I'm gonna say about it. It's your fault. Somebody knocks at the door or rushes right in anywhere that I am, that's your fault. Because I looked up the privacy laws, and everybody has the right to privacy. Period. Don't matter if you're in the bathroom, in your bedroom. You have that right. And if it's violated, it can cost the people who you rent from or where you're staying just because a few dumb people took it upon themselves to break that law. See, if you look at my first videos, it says audio and videoing down in my area. You have to put that up when you're doing that in the house. Even if you share it with others, you still have to let them know. So that's what I did. That's why it was in my video. I made sure I put it there on purpose. See, I look out for my neighborhood. But if they're just gonna look at me, I can stop looking and only worry about me. And that will be just how it is. If I'm to only worry about myself, well then I'll do that. Just know that me and others have already witnessed cars leaving the other house that I was at. And I'm talking about late night. You know, 2, 3 in the morning. So, I'm not no threat. Don't want to be one. So I would take me out of the program because I'm not one of the dumb ones. And when I crack it, I'm gonna be dishing out liens like people dish out dinner. Them shits that go on houses, cars, boats, bank accounts, and badges if you're crooked. And God knows, in Baltimore, there's been enough crooked ass shit going on. So I'm gonna politely ask, my last time, take me out the program, please. I don't bother anybody because of my anxiety and my PTSD. I just want to be left alone. When I go metal detecting, 99% of the time, I'm alone. And whoever was in the woods, I'm going to tell head of security. I hope they don't find any traces of people back there. watched in your house, or uh, being irradiated by something that's like a open microwave. Best thing I can do for you about that is tell you to go to your local Walmart and buy a bunch of Mylar blankets and literally cover every inch of your bedroom, or at least make a box over your bed and cover the whole thing to make it look like one of them tents from when you were younger that you used to put on the bed. And then they can't zap you with that shit if you're already at that level. Foil works too. Wrap your cell phones in foil and it cuts you off the grid. Then when you unwrap it, after about 30 seconds to a minute, bam, you're back on. Another thing, change your route. Have them guessing. Have 3, 4, 5 different ways to get from point A to point B. And change it up on them all the time. Because the money they spend tormenting you, they could be fighting real crime. I mean, because of the weight that I've lost, I would love to help them, curb the heroin problem. I mean, too many people die from it, and they go to it from pain pills. But get your FOIAs, put your Mylar blankets up, make it your own little quiet spot. I mean, use a closet. Put a little chair in there with your laptop, tablet, whatever, and the light. I'm sure that you could figure out something. Be creative. But this is how you get, you guys cause these mass shootings. I know you do. I mean, I was just listening to the police scanner just the other day, and in one day, there were 8 to 10 suicidal calls. I mean, really? 8 to 10? What are they putting? It's like they're putting something in the water, or they jacked your mind so bad that you would do something like that. But don't hurt anyone. Don't hurt yourself. Go buy a tablet, put it on airplane mode, and every time you go out, film. You'll catch these people. When you catch enough, and it's the same people, start slapping liens on their properties, their houses, their cars, their bank accounts, and, you know, if you're a corrupt cop, them too, because we're in Baltimore and there's enough of that shit going around as it is. I would love to sit down with the FBI and discuss my criminal background history and ask a few questions about my history because I pulled it up last night. You should not be torturing people like this. This isn't Nazi Germany. So when you make people distant, isolated, to where they don't want to be around their own family, for me, there's only, I can count on one hand how many people I would rather be around. I was born at night, but not last night. And I ran the streets many years ago before I straightened out my life. You cannot do something to someone, like follow them and, you know, keep dibs on them when that's what they used to look out for. You know, you pay attention to your surroundings. Hell, that's what they tell you to do now. Pay attention to your surroundings. That's what I do. Just stop the bullshit. All you're doing is making problems or existing conditions worse. I'm a little long here, so have a good morning. God bless. Have a good day. Read your Bible. It'll help you more than you'll ever know. I know there's a lot of Judases out there, and Judas sold Jesus out for 30 pieces of silver. So I know there's a lot of Judases out there that like those Happy Meal toys that are given to them. But instead of those Happy Meal toys, it should be love that they're getting.